Oh, hello neighbors, Akibataku here. Listen to me, this is very important. The other day, I decided to go to the internet and I realized we have traitors among us. I asked the people of the internet, how do they watch anime? What are the ways to consume anime? But then somebody replied, they do not even watch anime. So what are they doing here?
So you wanna watch anime? Putting aside the homicide charges, it is basically an open secret that compared to other forms of media like American TV shows or Korean drama, whether they are trying to bring in international attention, anime is in a weird position where, unlike those other media, Japan doesn't seem to care about the international audience. I know many of you have never heard of Desperate Housewives, but I assure you, America tried. This whole shtick where Japan adopts an isolationist behavior towards their own culture will be a discussion for another day. But the point is, because of this, it is basically fair game as to how you actually watch anime. So I'm gonna run through all the ways you can watch anime in.
So we can all go broke.
First off, we have the current most popular method, streaming. We live in an age where the internet is basically something we depend on, so why not anime? As of right now, we have the following: Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation, Amazon, and Irrelevant.
But for what about those of you who do not know what is a subscription model? Well, luckily I am here with my handy dandy script for you all. Let's pay close attention, shall we? Now, a subscription model is basically you paying a certain amount of fee every month to a platform. This platform will then offer you, and so on and so forth, unlimited amount of content for you to enjoy as long as you have a stable connection. Because of this, every month you must continuously pay a fee to this said platform, and because of this, every platform will have their own unique content and even some exclusive items and offers. And also, you must always make sure you keep up with each regional content depending on what they have to offer. I think I got the wrong script, neighbors. This is not a subscription model. This is cable TV.
Okay, putting aside my biases, I cannot deny the convenient factor of it is right there. I mean, you can watch anime on whatever and whenever you want as long as you have the internet. And it is basically available on any home device. That means you can watch anime like this, or this, or even this. This is by far the most accessible way to watch anime. I know many neighbors got into anime because they are already subscribers to Netflix. This has attracted so many people. It brought anime to other places. It has an endless library of content, and it put my local economy into jeopardy. And to top it all off, all you have to do is to pay a fee every month to get it. You can even get 4K resolution with Dolby Audio if you pay more. And you don't need to buy chunky DVDs or waste physical space or digital space. All you need is a screen, some money, and you're good to go. This is the definition of convenience. Not to mention, at this price range, it is basically affordable to many people. So we must ask the important question.
Sonnayo, Akiba-kun. Dakara ita no ni.
Well, honestly, while I am not opposed to this method, I just can't get along with it. Well, for one, when you think about it, this is just another form of TV cable with another step. You pay a fee every month, there are many competitors, and not everyone has everything. The whole point of a streaming service is so that you don't have to worry about spending too much on everything. But no, I need to do business with both Netflix and Crunchyroll, and neither of them have all the shows I want. And that's another thing. They will have monopolies on the shows they have, just like the old days of cable. Companies like Funimation not only want to monopolize everything, but region lock everything too. And that's another thing. You would think that in this day and age of the internet that region locking would be a thing of the past, but no. Sure, you can get a VPN to bypass all of this, but the fact that I need to use an external service just to watch something that I clearly have paid for kinda defeats the purpose of a streaming service, doesn't it? It is so frustrating because this is by far the most convenient way and the most popular choice, and they were so close to perfection. This could have easily been solved with only one company holding everything, with one platform. Treat each show equally, gave us all access without any region locking, and everything would have been fine. But then comes the problem with the legality of all of it, and that's just another problem in and of itself. But for now, I'll just say this. Evangelion without Fly Me to the Moon at the end is pure heresy. Not to mention, because all of this is internet reliant, if you have a slight weak internet connection or weak data, then all you see is this. So if you do not have the internet or your Wi-Fi and data is very weak, then you're gonna have a real bad time. I think I'll just stop it here before I go crazy. I'm not saying that streaming is the worst thing in the world, it is just my opinion on all this. But the fact that they were so close to perfection is just what ticks me off. So what have we learned here?
あんたが好きで
To put it all lightly, if you don't mind the fees, the region locking, have a strong internet connection and want convenience, then yeah, this is for you. Next up on the list is watching it on video sharing sites. Yes, believe it or not, progress is not such a bad thing after all. Basically, a channel agency will pick up streaming rights to the anime and they will upload it to their respective channels. From what I can tell, it is mostly available on YouTube and Bilibili. I only use YouTube so far because god damn it, if I'm gonna share my information, it ain't going to the Chinese.
但係我哋唔係中國人喎。
As of right now, the most popular channel that does this is Muse Communications, which is a Taiwanese company, and that alone has already earned me my trust.
No joke though, Taiwan is pretty awesome.
And Muse Asia is not the only ones doing this. Companies like Sunrise has offered their Gundam series on YouTube for free, so we can all watch Gundam Seed together. So what do we have here? We can watch anime for free, they are on YouTube, they come in both English subs, Chinese subs, and irrelevant, and to top it all off, the shows remain intact. This is wonderful. This is what streaming should have been all this time. Very accessible, all in one place, and they are all legal. Honestly, I think this could have been the best way to watch anime for those of you who hate Funimation. But despite that, there are still problems. For one, because they are all on YouTube, not only is region locking still a problem, but also horny shows like High School DxD ain't gonna come out anytime soon. Not to mention, a good chunk of them seem to have limited to 720p, which while not is a bad thing, it is still kind of a missed opportunity. Not to mention, they don't have much English dubs, and while I am a sub-elitist, I still think many people would want a dub. They just don't have the budget to do it. I mean, they probably had to spend a shit ton of money to get these shows outside of Japan and uploading them online for free. I think we can give them a bit of a slack here. I do notice sometimes they mesh up all episodes together, which is just lazy. I mean, come on, I get that many people want to binge watch, but come on, they don't even edit out the opening and ending for each episodes.
And I thought dub enjoyers are crazy.
But despite all these problems, I still think this is a great service, but not perfect. Hey, at least we don't have to worry about Funimation. So overall, if you want convenience, free, something quick, in the right region, and don't mind the lower quality, then yeah, this is for you. Next up, we have streaming piracy, aka thank god I have an ad blocker and antivirus on. Putting the ethical part aside, the service itself is a pain in my ass. The load times can be very bad, and when I click on something else has to blow up in my face. A lot of these websites scream malware and can barely push 1080p. Not to mention, they barely offer anything beyond stereo sound. But despite all of these annoying shit, there was one point I think we all have to rely on this because, well, we all went to college. You just type in the show you want to watch, put in watch online for free, and pray you get something. Looking back, yeah, we weren't doing something legal or even ethical, but I don't think we really have much of a choice back in the day. If it weren't for this, I highly doubt anime would be as mainstream as it is today.
Okay, you know what, on second thought, this does not sound like a good thing.
But if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, then you should consider our good old friend Torrent. I don't have much experience with this, and hell, I actually never really used this much, but from what I can tell, basically, you download a program to browse through the world of Torrent. People can upload their files to contain their precious anime, and you can download them directly from their PC.
And if I have offended anyone in the torrent site believing I have got something wrong, remember, I'm the same guy who believes that Data Life is a great series. Do you think I have some form of intelligence?
I think there's more to it, but honestly, I believe this is what most people will get out of it. Whether it being from uTorrent or Nya. I know so many people use this to watch anime. It is free, simple, you can find very obscure anime titles. Because Torrent relies on everyone to upload anime content, there will be no geo restrictions.
Now I know some of you out there will quickly point out the idea that torrenting and by extension all of anime piracy will be extremely harmful to the industry, saying how it lacks ethics and all that. So to that, I, as an anime consumer and otaku, will ask you this. What ethics?
This is also good if you want to find many different versions of shows like OVAs, Blu-ray rips, dubs, subs, and more. Even better, this is decentralized in a sense where it is harder for the legal people to catch us. Don't get me wrong, torrenting copyrighted stuff is very illegal, but honestly, the times where companies sue people for torrenting is tiny, and if you use a VPN then basically you're invincible. But the main concern is that this will take up digital space. Even with a 2TB hard drive, it is gonna fill out eventually. Another thing is that you will need to be at least familiar with the formats you are messing with, like MP4, MKV, AVI, JPEG, DDR, WMP, PGSM, BDSM. I must say, I honestly do not support this form of anime consumption because of how much trouble it is, and I don't like to torrent things, but overall, if you want something quick, convenient, free, you got the antivirus and the ad blocker, then sure you can pirate anime online. But if you have the hard drive space, then you can take another step and go torrenting. Just don't tell people you do that though. Finally, we have physical media, DVDs and Blu-rays. If I actually have to explain to you what physical media is...
Oh, alright, come on guys, come on, it's not even a century old!
You need a Blu-ray player, or a DVD player, or a game console to play these discs. Basically, you're gonna have to buy copies of the anime and watch them. These things will stick with you for the rest of your life as long as you take good care of them. They can even double as collector's items too, because man, these things look cool. They have way better sound quality than any online form, and the best part is that they are the most direct way to support the anime industry. But here's the problem: availability. Not everyone can gain access to them. Unless you are American or a Japanese, then you are mostly fucked. And official Blu-rays can be fucking expensive too. Like, I recall some of these things being unreasonably priced. And if you think American prices are expensive, just till you wait to see the Japanese prices. And if you really want to import some of these stuff from Japan or America, then the shipping costs will kill you. But what if you want physical media but don't want to give Jeff Bezos your money?
You come to the right place.
I have already talked about the bootleg anime from Malaysia. It is bad but convenient, the prices are cheap and you get exactly what you ask for. Check that episode out if you're curious. But strangely enough, there has been some recent developments on this topic, so stay tuned for it. So the point is, if you care about the supporting of the industry, ownership, and quality, then this is for you.
But now we must come to the most important question of the day. What do I prefer? Did I stutter?
Like, okay, I get it. Physical media, it is less convenient, it has region locking, it is expensive, it wastes space, but I don't care. I actually want to own the copies of what I want to watch so I don't have to rely on the internet. With digital media, it can be taken down any day due to the legal constrictions and technical issues and whatever shit. But with physical media, I can take care of them, thank you. Not to mention, because it is not convenient, watching an anime is actually an event for me. I sit down, load the disc, and make sure I sit all the way through. Sure, with Netflix I can watch anime anywhere, but is it really a nice experience to watch Princess Kaguya on the go on the toilet? But anyhow, I think I made my point already. I want to save these all for a future discussion we will have on physical media versus digital media.
Overall, from what we have been through so far, I cannot deny the options we have to watch anime nowadays is beyond abundant. There's just so many options, so many choices, and to me, that is what really matters. Consumer choices. Because of this, I don't believe there should ever be one way to watch anime. Everything has its own pros and cons, and because of that, we should let the market decide what to do with it. This is to me why piracy will always be relevant. While some of us will be paying for an anime, some of us may either don't want or can't pay for anime, and that is the reason why things like piracy will never die. This to me is also the reason why popular choices shouldn't really direct the market. Just because something is the popular choice, that doesn't mean all of us must comply to it. Like, look at Malaysia for example. Racism is very popular here, but because of this, should I participate in it? Obviously not. It's just not my thing. But if everyone wants to be racist, go for it. They will suffer the consequences for it. It's not my problem. But despite all of that, I must admit, even though I have stated what I prefer, there must be a winner. So what is the best way to watch anime? Well, after some careful considerations, after some severe surveying, and after some studying, after some feedback and all of those good stuff, what is the best way to watch anime? Well, the best way to watch anime to this day is watching it over cable TV. You do not need the internet connection, you will still pay a subscription fee, it does not hog up any space in your living room, and everyone including your grandma has one.